You gotta love Yusuf, man. Be shows you how to win in life. Yeah, the entire world of commerce is based on God's principles. It is. That's why they try to say that capitalism is, people who are against capitalism, they just ungod. That's why I've said they socialists. Socialists don't believe in God. They don't believe in God, man. If you get in a conversation with them, they don't believe in God. It really comes down to that. Do you believe in God or not? Because if you believe in God, then you're going to believe in the law of attraction. And if you believe in the law of attraction, you become to understand that no one can stop you from achieving whatever you want in life. That don't have anything to do with government. Government is not stopping you from achieving whatever you want. You are the one that's stopping you. If I was in debtor's prison for a minute, yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. I went through hell. I'm gonna just give my personal thing. I remember when I was locked up, when I first learned this information, and I learned it in jail. I didn't learn this on the street. I was in jail. I'd never heard this. I knew about the information, but I had never studied it at all. I never read one line of nothing until I got put in jail. Once I got put in jail, I started studying it, and there were times where, I'm gonna tell you, I had to study this information also with the Bible, because I was out in there. I was like the leader of the prayers. In jail, you have prayer circles and things like that. I was also the resident preacher too. So when I was in there, I conducted the prayer circles, and I'm helping people with their cases and things like that. But there were times, man, where I felt like, man, why is this happening to me? I'd be like, man, what the fuck did I do? Why is God taking me through this? Why am I, am I a bad person? Did I wrong someone? I'm like, man, who did I wrong? I'm trying to think, is the karma coming back on me for, something that I did? And, I can really tell you that I was approaching despair. But I never broke. I always maintained my faith, because I kept reading the scripture in the Sirach chapter 2. And it's talking about your faith has to be tested, and a double-minded man can hope to receive nothing from the Lord, and all this stuff that I keep reading and everything. And I'm here to tell you that even Napoleon Hill in his book, and Think and Grow Rich, where he talks about wealthy people, what they have to go through before they finally achieve their goal. And it's usually a whole bunch of series of tests that they have to go through. And you read all of these things that everybody went through, and then you come to the conclusion, and then when you do it yourself, you see that it's true, because I never broke. And man, when those blessings come, God is going to bless you, but don't expect to receive a blessing without a test. Faith without works is dead. That's my point. Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. You're going to get tested. You're going to get tested. But if you hold frame and don't break, that's what God said. He said in Revelation chapter 2:9, he said, be faithful to death, and I shall give you the crown of life. I need a valet park over here. I'll come back through again. They got a little valet park section right there. Let me valet park and do some walking. You got to be able to endure some sort of suffering if you're going to achieve any goal. And that's what a lot of you don't. You want it to be given to you easy, and that's why you fail. That's why a lot of y'all work jobs, because it's safe. There's no risk. You don't want to take on any risk, and then you get mad at the people that he's a billionaire, he's stealing money. I mean, them Democrats, man, they are heathens. Nothing but straight fucking heathens. Man, it's nice in Dallas, man. Dallas got a nice vibe. It's a family vibe. It's very family oriented. It's very cultural, mix of all the different races, nice balance of a mixture of white, Mexican, black. I mean, you just see an equal, it's like a pot, and you do equal portions all into the pot. And I like that, man. I like that. What we got here? Okay, let me park somewhere. I'm gonna ask some more of your questions. Let me get out of this stop and go traffic, and then I'm going to answer some more questions. Oh shit, I could have went in right there. Yeah, man, let me just go down here and turn around. It says the topic is something, let's see. Sir, can you hire someone to pull you all your information on USB just in case you're passing and they erase your info? Never announce it publicly if you're going to do it to protect yourself. Yeah, that's smart. No problem with that. I think I would put some encryption on it too. I'd encrypt the information. I used to be real big at encryption. When I first got into computers, I used to collect before the internet. In the early days of the internet, they call it the dark web now. The dark web used to just to be the basic internet. They call it the dark web now because majority of you spend most of your time on social media. That's where everybody's socializing at. But prior to that, the dark web was just the regular internet. And man, you could find the hackers had big sites, and I used to hang out in all the hacking sites. And man, I got so much information from them dudes, especially when it came to encryption and things like that, man. It was, internet used to be a good place to find a lot of free information. Now it's changed a lot. Internet has changed tremendously, especially with the advent of social media. But you used to find a lot of stuff on the internet, man. All this stuff we talking about, man, you'd be amazed at what you had access to, like CPN numbers and that shit was just flowing freely on the internet, you know. Information all over the place. Nice days. So let's see. Let me take off this jacket. It's getting hot. It was cool when I came out earlier. Now it's getting hot. Take off the jacket. Oof. All right, so where are we at? Let's see. He said, my brother, I've been listening to you for many moons now. Because of you, I've been able to realize the truth of what's happening now in real time. Trump is really a hero. He is. You know, there's only one thing about Trump that a reservation. I only have one reservation. And I'm going to tell y'all. I'm gonna share it with y'all. I know y'all think I'm just a diehard Trump supporter and shit like that. But I'm only gonna tell you this to let you know that I am still watching everything with a side eye. That, you know, like everything looked good, but I'm still not gonna, you know, just give it 100%. I'm gonna give it like 98%. And that is because in the Bible, it talks about the beast being injured and then miraculously healed and doing all these wondrous things. And I'm thinking, man, could Trump be the beast, man? Because he would be the perfect one, you know, to come and be the savior of the world. And turn out that he's actually you know, something else, you know, that would be you know what I'm saying? If it could be anybody, it definitely could be him. So, you know, because of that, I kind of, you know, I'm still like, okay, all right, Trump, you're doing everything great, but who are you really, you know? And I don't know. I don't see, there's nothing that in his actions that he's done that I can question though. He hasn't done anything. I mean, they tried to assassinate the man twice. It's like, how can you go against that? And the thing about Trump is this, he always wins. You know, I'm gonna tell you what the person who gave me insight on Donald Trump was when I listened to the audio, Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. And Kevin Trudeau spent some time talking about Donald Trump. He said Donald Trump is of the elite class that believes that being wealthy is genetic. And I can believe Trump would say some shit like that, because he's like, I think Trump is, you know, Trump is off the chain. One thing about him is he gonna tell you exactly what it is. He gonna tell you exactly what it is. And one of the things he was saying is that it's genetic. To get wealthy is actually genetic. And this is what a lot of wealthy people used to believe. They earnestly believe this, is that the reason they were wealthy is because it was in their genetics, it was in their genes. But he talked about how Trump never talks negatively about himself. And that's what a lot of people who are detractors of Trump, they really don't like that. What they don't like about him is the fact he got all this confidence. But that confidence stems from the fact that he understands the law of attraction. You never speak negatively about yourself. Bruce Lee said the same thing. You never, not even playing, you don't ever speak negatively about yourself. Everything has to be positive dialogue. So, you know, that's what, and if you notice about him, he never loses. He never loses, man. He came right back and won that election again by a landslide. They fucked him over and everything. He said, I'm gonna show you, came back again and just booted their ass out the park. I mean, how can you hate on that? I don't know. I celebrate people who win. I like to associate myself with people who win. I don't want to associate with losers. I mean, I want to associate with the people who, you know, cry and complain. Trump's a winner. He's a winner. You know, he's a winner. He wins everything. Even when he lost all his money, he got it back, wrote a book on their ass, and talked about all the people when he lost his money. When he came back up, he went and saw all of and shit. It's like, you win, man. And then he proved that point that, you know, broke is temporary, poor is forever. A person with a wealthy mindset can lose all his money and get it back. Exactly what he did. Lost all his money and got it right back. Some of y'all gonna hate that. He a bad businessman. He filed bankruptcy. Yeah, he explained that bankruptcy is a tactic. And he was explaining why he said everybody do it. All the wealthy people do it. Man, he said, man, Angie Stone passed away in a car accident today. Oh man, really? Wow. Damn. Wow. Thank you for telling me that. I like Angie Stone. She got a song that I really love. Normal Rain. You know, I love that song. You know, I used to play that song. I'll play that today, as a matter of fact. Damn, Angie Stone passed away, man. Wow, in a car accident. Wow. That is hard. Let's see. Can a notary notarize their own documents? No, they can't. But they cannot notarize their spouse's documents. How are they going to be a witness to themselves? They can't do that. But a notary can. If you want to understand everything a notary can do, you need to go to the law library, get a corpus juris secundii, go to the section on notaries. Best thing you'll ever read on notaries. That's where I get my information from, that I just told you. Because I did a research paper on notaries from corpus juris secundii. So I would suggest you go to that. Let's see, Yusuf, have you heard of the book that was written almost 100 years ago predicting him being president, called Trump Barron, the last president? Yeah, that's Barron. That's not him. That's not him. That's Barron Trump. Barron Trump. That's who he's talking about. That's the top. And his son's name is Barron Trump. And Barron Trump went to the center of the earth. Yeah, I have the book. I got the book. I just told people the other day. I just told people yesterday to get it off of Amazon. Somebody must have just told you that, because I was just talking about that yesterday. Barron Trump and where to get the book at off Amazon. He got two of them. He got the one to go to the center of the earth, and then the one you talking about, Barron Trump, the last president. He was a wealthy aristocrat that went to the center of the earth. You got to read the book. Barron Trump, who's Donald Trump's son, who has an IQ of like 180 or some shit like that, you know, have the same name. I have no doubt that Barron Trump is going to be president one day. Donald Trump's son is going to be president one day, without a doubt. Are 1099 and 1040 necessary for the process? Yeah, you always got to assess the debt. Yeah, it's necessary. You always got to do an assessment on it. Yusuf, have you heard of, and especially if you want to put some teeth in your process. Yusuf, have you heard of the book? Okay, let's see. Is there anything that Trump or the Department of Justice has done, Yusuf, recently that I can apply to my mold case? No, not that I can think of right off the top of my head. I don't think that they really can think it on, you know, that's a state level issue. Romans, when you've done all you can to stand, just stand. Okay, thank you, Yusuf, for the hard work you put in for your fellow countryman over the decades. My God, salute. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Let's see. I hope you get rid of child support. I take care of my children. Child support, I was talking about that earlier today too. Child support, he should get rid of child support for people who take care of their children. He should put a cap on child support for these women that's trying, because don't no child need $100,000 a month or $200,000 a month or no shit like that. That's ridiculous. I don't need that shit. They already gonna do something with the marriage laws, you know, in that 50-50 split shit. A woman, she didn't make the money. She shouldn't have any entitlement right to half of your fucking money. Because women, especially in light of the fact that women are utilizing that to enrich themselves, disrespecting the institution of marriage. And you know, but I think that you know, if you're not taking care of your child, who you expect to take care of it? Child support comes from the doctrine of the what's called the public charge doctrine. See, a woman that's on welfare is a public charge. The state has to foot the bill. So who do you think's gonna foot the bill? If you're not taking care of your child, what, you want the state to do it? That's what welfare is. No, you do it. You the one who shot 777 million sperm up into this woman. I mean, no, I mean, you know, yeah, there needs to be some sort of enforcement. I just don't like how they do with child. Some of the other things they do with child support, like if you take care of your child and then you show your receipts and they say that's a gift, that's some bullshit. No, we need to get rid of that shit. You get rid of that shit. No, fuck no, nigga. I'm taking care of my child. Here's the evidence. Especially nowadays, you know one good way to take care of your children? Buy all their clothes off Amazon, because you got a receipt for everything that you've done. And you can send the clothes directly to the mother. Buy everything off Amazon. Buy everything off Amazon. Keep a receipt. Everything off Amazon. Got a receipt. Everything that you've done for your child. All the clothes that you bought from and everything, especially when they real little. Everything off Amazon. You got a receipt of everything. I was just starting with going on a journey, and I was wanting to know what exactly was the first thing I needed to be done. I've been reading so much. Study words. You know, study words. Read the dictionary. Build up your vocabulary. If you start studying, you'll naturally know what to do. How about a case of affidavit of bill in equity? What is an affidavit of bill in equity? With a bond redemption and injunction, how are you going to file an injunction? Judge it. Look up the definition of injunction and look up the definition of affidavit for me and come back. Y'all look up the definition. Don't use a word you haven't looked the word. If you have never looked the definition of the word up, please don't use it. Please do not use a word you haven't looked up the definition of, because you're going to get called out. You got, not just by me, by anybody. You're not going to get called out in the court. The judge is going to look at you as stupid and take silent judicial notice of the fact that you are incompetent and rule against you. And then you're going to be complaining. What is an injunction? You can't do an injunction. A judge does an injunction. Can you discharge child support? You should be able to. It's a debt. Child support is a debt collection, straight up. It's a debt collection. See, Let me tell you where y'all have problems with discharging debt. Y'all try to discharge debt where the state have leverage. See, like, so let's say like the state says, okay, I don't want to accept your negotiable instrument. I'm gonna take your driver's license. You can't get no passport. See, they got leverage against you. The utility company has leverage. Oh, we don't want to take this. We just want to cut off your electricity. So y'all think y'all can make people do things. You can't make people do things. That's why I only deal with real estate. Real estate, you can make them because possession is 9/10 of the law and they can't take the house like that. The car they can come and pick up. You know, y'all get with too many things where they have leverage against you. I don't try to, I've experimented with all of that. It's hard. A credit card, they ain't got no leverage because it's unsecured. Y'all try to discharge debt where they have leverage. And then you expect, well, you know, they didn't take my negotiable instrument. Yeah, they ain't gonna take that shit. Fuck you. I don't have to take, you don't have to take it. They're not required to. Somebody read ACR 192 of June 5th, 1933 and tell me what it says. You don't see nobody ever ask a question about that. Notice that? You saw these people on here, not one person said anything about ACR. They all talking about discharging debt or buying shit and everything, but not one of them has read the source material for everything that they're talking about to see what they can and cannot do. How about living so simple of a life that all contractual relations are non-existent, just one bill a year of property tax and that's it? And I'm starting off, nah, I don't want to do that. How about living a life where you're rich and get everything you want and live in abundance? How about that? I prefer that route. There are two, you know, I think this is a Buddhist saying that says there are two pathways to nirvana. And one is to just eschew everything, all material possessions and live as a pauper. And the other is to become fabulously wealthy and get every fucking thing you want until you don't desire. It's called burning out desire. I burn out my desire. I prefer to take the route of burning out my desire of experiencing everything, the best that life has to offer. I'd rather burn out desire that way. The other way to me is just giving up. Exercise your power. You have power. Can a person appeal after pleading guilty and challenge the court? You can receive, you can take your plea agreement back. There's statutory provisions for that. Go read it. I don't understand how you're going to appeal after pleading guilty. You have to be found guilty, not pled guilty before you can do an appeal first and foremost. And yeah, you can challenge subject matter jurisdiction of the court at any time. And you can take a guilty plea back up until right before trial. I have both my passport and SSN, but I was born in another country. Technically, I'm considered a naturalized citizen. Can I still do SBC? That's a good question. In my opinion, you can, because your naturalization certificate serves the same purpose as a birth certificate, and you're still a real living soul. And everything in the public is an artificial entity. So technically, yeah, because the United States, they tell you got a social security number, you got an account. Yeah, you can. Was 1099C and A goes together, just information reporting? Yeah, they go together. You got A, B, and C, cancellation of debt and acquisition and abandonment. Yeah, no problem with that. My house is being foreclosed on. I filed a request of injunction. They still sold at auction. Should I file? Yeah, they're going. If you didn't give no grounds for the injunction, how are you being injured in that? If they foreclosed on a home and sold it, okay, they did everything procedurally correct. Why would a judge issue an injunction on that? What reason did you give the judge to issue an injunction? What evidence did you present?